Today we're going to go behind the scenes of my plaid-themed fashion holiday shoot. Lindsay Adler here, and happy holidays. It's that time of year where I want to create my holiday imagery. The thing is, I feel like everything's been done. I went online, I went on Pinterest, I started doing research, and I just wasn't feeling inspired. Nothing quite felt me, or the things that did, it wasn't exciting to me. So what I decided to do is look around and be inspired by my own holiday decor. And I use a lot of red, and I use a lot of red plaid and buffalo plaid, so I decided that would be a perfect theme for my holiday shoot this year. So where I began is I needed to find a plaid dress. So I began with that inspiration, searching online, looking for different designers, and of course, collaborating with a fabulous wardrobe stylist. So I got the dress. And then, okay, what else can I do to make it more plaid? Well, I reached out to my friend Lori's son, and I asked her to make me a large plaid hat. So this was actually made custom for this shoot. So I've got the dress, I've got the hat. Well, what else can I add for plaid? Well, how about wrapping a few Christmas presents in plaid? So this gives me several layers of this theme, which I think makes it a little bit more creative and a little bit more editorial. Now I was trying to decide if I should go all in and maybe have like a plaid background, but I actually thought that Savage Universal Primary Red would be perfect because it would give me a clean slate for a more graphic image, but still allow me to have it unite with all the plaid on my subject. For this shoot, I selected the Canon R5 and the RF 24-105 lens. Now the reason I wanted to do that is I definitely want full-length shots of this look. I love the train and the volume of it, but I also wanted to get up a little tighter and maybe fill the frame with the hat and the presents. So the 24-105 range is going to give me the flexibility that I need. All right, so now it's time for the lighting, and I'm going to build in these lights one at a time. We'll begin with the main light, which is a beauty dish and a grid. Now I chose a beauty dish because it's gorgeous illumination for the face, but I added a grid so that the light would be a little bit more concentrated on her face, the present, the hat, and would fade off and get a little darker down the body. So let's begin and take a look at what that single light looks like. All right, so I'm just having you keep your hands nice and loose here. Good, just like that, great. All right, so the light on her face looks beautiful, but obviously I can't see my red background and it's getting dark down her body. So let's actually begin by adding our background lights now. The background lights, I have one on either side. They're both small white umbrellas. What that's going to do is help give me an even illumination across the background, and then I can control how bright it looks. If I want something poppier and brighter, I turn up the power. If I want it a little darker and richer, I turn down the power. Background lights are now on, just like that's perfect. Now to begin with, the background lights are pretty low in power, but you'll notice that the background red is now much more saturated, but still really dark. It's very luscious. If I decide that's a little bit too dark for maybe more commercial or poppy purposes, I'll just turn those lights up. All right, so I've got my main light, the beauty dish with the grid, two background lights of umbrellas, and now I'm going to add in my fill light. Over here, I have my large umbrella with diffusion. This is going to be my fill light. I'm actually gonna move it a little bit more center. And the idea behind this light is that it lifts up the shadows, it lightens it a bit. And what's really important for the full length shots is that right now the beauty dish with the grid, it makes it a little bit brighter on her face and really dark towards the bottom of the body. So this lightens up and brings detail and color back to the dress and the bottom of the frame. Now I did want the top of the frame to be brighter, so having these two lights layered gives me that control. So let me turn on the fill light. Everything looks really glowy, but at the same time, it's still very luscious, and it has like an editorial dramatic feel. So now that I've got my light all set, I'm going to add the presents into the equation. And I'm thinking this is going to be a really fun prop to give me a little bit of storytelling element. She can pose off to the side, maybe look like they're falling, stack it up next to her. I think it's going to make for some interesting compositions. We got the light, we got the styling, we've got everything. So now it's time to shoot and get those perfect poses and great expressions. All right, just like that's perfect. Soften that hand on the bottom. Beautiful. Love the images that we got from this shoot. They're fun, they're beautiful, they're red, they're luscious, and they are so very me. So you're going to see them all over my social feeds, all over my promotions, and hopefully you'll see them all over Pinterest. Now, if you want to see the gear used in the creation of this video, be sure to check out the links in the description below. And of course, you should definitely like and subscribe to Canon USA's YouTube channel because they have a ton more content like this coming your way. See you next time, guys.